My own brother tried to eliminate me. Inheritance Feud Turns Savage. Okay, buckle up because you are not going to believe this story. I'm Emily, 34, and this year has been an absolute nightmare. A stomach-churning rollercoaster of betrayal that I'm still trying to process. It all started with my brother, Alex, pushing me off a cliff and leaving me with 7 broken bones, all because he wanted to snatch the family business out from under me. And get this, when he strolled back home like nothing happened 3 days later, Dad finally snapped and told him he was no longer welcome in our house. Can you believe it? After everything, after the despicable act he committed, Dad finally took my side. What? Yeah, honestly, after the garbage he pulled, I don't know if I have it in me to ever forgive him. Growing up, Alex was always a bit of a brat, you know, the kind of guy who craved the spotlight, the one who needed to be the center of attention in every single room. I think the kids are calling it a himbo or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. I honestly put a lot of the blame squarely on my mom. As a result, my relationship with her was pretty sour. She would always favor him, letting him get away with absolutely anything he wanted, while I felt like she was trying to compete with me or just make me feel like crap. Of course, things were awkward between us, but I didn't give a damn because she never gave a damn about me, or so it felt. Turns out, I wasn't the only one in the house who had problems with her. My dad, Oliver, and mom were constantly arguing, and it wasn't great for any of us. When our parents finally got divorced, the divorce is tough on any kid. No, I was sad to see them split, but in my humble opinion, Alex took it to a whole new level of pathetic. He went out of his way to deliberately piss me and dad off after mom had to leave. It wasn't just little things like neglecting chores either. I had to bail him out of jail during our teenagers or petty charges. Hello, speaking of bail, fast forward a bit. Ring ring. Hello, it's me. What the hell is going on now? Alex, I asked, already dreading the answer. Emily, I need your help. I'm in a bit of trouble. Trouble again. What did he do this time? It's a misunderstanding. I need you to bail me out, please. Bail him out? Was he serious? I just moved out. Alex, I don't have the money for that kind of drama. His voice turned wheedling, pathetic. Come on, you've helped me before. Just one more time, please. I promise I'll pay you back. This was getting old. So, Alex, I can't keep cleaning up your messes. Why can't you stay out of trouble? His voice turned frantic. It's complicated. Look, I just need a little help right now. I'm stuck in here. I don't want to stay the night. I almost hung up. Maybe you should stay the night. Might teach you a lesson for once. He whined, come on, don't be like that. I need you, please. My voice turned cold. Like I said, I'm broke right now. Sorry you wasted your one phone call. Then the kicker. Excuse me, I don't know where you get the nerve yelling at me like that when you're the one coming to me for help. He snapped. Ugh, the audacity. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I've been so stressed out. And the last thing I need is Dad hounding me on this. My curiosity was piqued. What's the big deal? He's helped you out tons of other times. His voice dropped, conspiratorial. Yeah, well, he sat me down not long after you moved out and told me that if he had to bail me out one more time, he'd remove me from Yikes. I knew I should probably feel sympathetic, but all I felt was simmering rage. I know, please promise me you won't say anything to him. I seriously considered snitching on him at that moment. Why wouldn't I? He's been an ass since the day he was born. Why the hell would I want to help him out when he's been such a pain? Because he's my brother. That's why. That was my reasoning. Nothing is important if you don't have your family's back. So, I knew I had to help him out. Fine, I'll figure something out. But this is the last time. I mean it. And you better pay me back. His voice was saccharine, falsely grateful. Thank you. Damn, you're a lifesaver. When I take over the company, I'll be sure to give you as much money as you want. I snorted. Thanks once again. Am I owe you one? At this rate, you owe me at least 10. Of course, he ended up in jail not even 3 months after that. And guess who had to bail him out again? You might think I was an enabler, and maybe I was, to a certain extent, but I just didn't know what to do. Could you blame me? I was like 21 and dumb, but not as dumb as he was. Obviously, it was a roller coaster of being pissed off. We reached a breaking point, and once I finished college, we stopped talking for a while. I'm not going to lie. I thought that we were just destined to be estranged siblings. It wasn't what I wanted, but I had to distance myself to protect my peace. But then, tragedy struck. My mom passed away when I was 24. And Alex was 22. It hit us like a ton of bricks. Even Dad, who couldn't stand her, was crushed by her sudden death. She had a skydiving accident that ended with a broken ankle. The funeral became a turning point for all of us. It was like a wake-up call, a reminder that life is short and family should be there for each other. We decided, for Mom's sake, to put aside our differences and try to rebuild what we once had. Alex and I were just talking about how we should try and mend things out, you know, for Mom. I think that's a good idea, I said. I've been thinking about it too. Maybe it's time to turn things around. I mean, we can't change the past. Dad chimed in. I'm proud to hear you say that. It's important for us to stick together. Alex, surprisingly, added, I know I've messed up a lot, Dad, but I want to change. For Mom and for all of us. We need to be there for each other because we genuinely care about each other. Dad, his voice thick with emotion, said, your mom would be happy to hear that. Now more than ever, it's crucial for us to support one another. Let's make Mom proud. I nodded, feeling a flicker of hope. That's the spirit. Dad agreed. And, you know, we need to work together to make it successful. Things already didn't work out with your mom and me. I don't want to see the same thing happen between you two, between any of us. Really, business is important. We should put our differences aside for the sake of its success. I think this is a fresh start for all of us, so we can make this work. I don't know if it was the euphoria from all the grieving that made us all want to sing Kumbaya together, but whatever it was wore off almost immediately, because I soon discovered that old habits die hard. Alex started his BS again, and Mum wasn't even cold in her grave. He was a loser, always being a creep, committing petty crimes, and ending up in a jail cell. It was exhausting. It seems like you forgot the heart-to-heart we had just a couple of months ago. I hissed at him one day, and it wasn't long before he pulled a stunt that cut deeper than anything before. This year, he did something that shattered the fragile peace we tried to establish. It's a betrayal, and I'm not sure I can ever forgive him. I was determined not to see him slip and fall this time. As an older sister, I felt like it was my duty to at least try, even if he wasn't holding up his end of the bargain of trying to have a better relationship. I would plan for us to go to dinner or brunch. We'd go rock climbing and also play golf. You name it, we did it all for the sake of getting closer and closer. But more often than not, play work on the family business. So I wondered what was eating up his free time. I had to pay for everything, all the time, out of the kindness of my heart. And he still had the audacity. I would talk to my dad about it. It wasn't easy on him either, seeing his son not stepping up to the plate. One day when I was finishing up at work with my dad, I started complaining again. Dad, I can't believe Alex cancelled on me again. It's like he doesn't care about trying to be a better person or a better brother. Dad sighed. I know, Emily, it's frustrating for me too. I've tried talking to him, but it seems like he's stuck in his ways. I slumped in my chair. I'm just tired of making an effort when he doesn't seem to care. I want us to be a stronger family. Did you forget what we talked about when Mom died? Dad put a hand on my shoulder. You know, kiddo, you can try your hardest to change someone, but it will never work. They have to be willing to change all by themselves. I sighed. I guess you're right, which is why I wanted to talk to you about something. Dad's face grew serious. What's up, Dad? Well, it's about the business. As you know, I'm getting old. I laughed, trying to lighten the mood. I couldn't tell. Dolby and Dad cut me off, a strange determination in his eyes. Anyway, I'm getting old, and I can't keep working. I've been thinking a lot about the family business. I perked up. Wait, are you about to give me the keys to this place? Wasn't this meant to be split between Alex and me? Dad shook his head. I want to see it in good hands, Emily. I've seen your dedication and hard work. You've got the skills. I felt a surge of pride. Dad, I appreciate the vote of confidence, but shouldn't he be a part of this too? I mean, Dad's voice hardened. It's clear he's not interested in stepping up. I need someone I can trust to lead the business into the future. Dad, Hannah stammered, completely caught off guard. He continued, your commitment to the family, your responsibility hasn't gone unnoticed. I want you to take the reins. My voice was barely a whisper. It's just Dad's gaze softened. Emily, I love both of you, but I need to be realistic. I can't force him to change. I can only hope he finds his way. This way, at least the business is secure, and you can continue our family legacy. It sounds awful to say it as a parent, but I've done the best I can with that boy, and he's a grown man now, so he can make his own decisions, and I can make mine. That's why I want you to be the sole inheritor of this place. I swallowed hard, trying to process everything. I understand that. It's really tough seeing him like this, even tougher trying to deal with his crap. Dad squeezed my hand. You're telling me. I just hope you won't take the news to heart. I managed a weak smile. I do too, sweetheart. I know you can do it. Dad decided I'd take over the family business was like a dream come true for me. I always wanted to run things. You know, we used to love hiking when we were kids, so I thought, why not? The day arrived, and things seemed chill. Alex was surprisingly in a good mood, and for a moment I thought, hey, this might go well. We were hiking for about an hour or so before I decided to sit him down on one of the rocks and tell him the tea. Hey, Alex, let's stop for a second. We need to talk. He shrugged. Yeah, what's up? I took a deep breath. Dad's been doing a lot of thinking, and he's decided to pass the business over to me. The hiking trip meant for bonding became this heated argument. That's supposed to be mine, he yelled, his face turning red. Look, I get it. It's a shop. It's nothing personal. He scoffed. That's BS. If Mom was here, she wouldn't stand for this crap. I rolled my eyes. Do you even know about running a business? He sneered. More than you. I glared at him. Oh, is that so? Good luck trying to run a business as a woman. You're going to take everything that Dad has worked hard for. My temper finally snapped. Looks like the apple didn't fall far from the tree. He bristled. What's that supposed to mean? I spat back. It means you're a misogynistic sicko-hole. Just like your mother. You've always taken everything away from me. He retorted. Why does Dad think that you would do a better job? I've been working alongside him for years. I know the ropes. I know how everything functions and how everything works. I threw my hands up. I don't care. It's not fair. We continued bickering, oblivious to the hiking group passing by. It didn't matter to us. Our family drama was on full display as we were left behind by the other hikers. Then, Alex suddenly took things to a dangerous level. He stepped closer, his eyes blazing with fury. I don't care what you two think. He snarled. I'm getting that business. One way or another. Before I could even respond, he did the unthinkable. He pushed me. Yep, you heard that right. This man pushed me off the ledge. Thankfully, I eventually came to a stop. But I remember seeing Alex's silhouette from where I fell. Then everything went black. Waking up in the hospital was disorienting, to say the least. It felt like there were 1,000 needles piercing through my arms and legs. My dad was there, looking genuinely concerned. What happened? What's going on? What the hell, I gasped, trying to sit up. Dad gently pushed me back down. Don't move. You had a pretty nasty fall on your hiking trip with Alex. You need to be more careful. I blinked, trying to focus. Why can't I move my body? Suddenly, Alex sauntered into the room, looking entirely too casual. You need to be more careful, sis. I told you to watch where you were going. My blood ran cold. What are you talking about? The last thing I remember, I trailed off. Realization dawning. Oh my God, Alex, you cut me off. No, don't get all worked up. You need to rest. Remember? I turned to Dad, desperation in my voice. Dad, I need to tell you something. I didn't fall. Alex pushed me. Alex immediately launched into a performance. Dad, she's delusional from all the pain meds. She doesn't know what she's talking about. But I wouldn't be silenced. Dad, he pushed me. He deliberately pushed me off the edge. Alex scoffed. Can't say I blame her. I'd be pretty pissed if I fell off a mountain. I screamed. But I didn't fall. You freaking pushed me. You psychopath. You really tried to kill me. Alex, the master manipulator, turned to Dad with a wounded expression. Dad, I didn't want to say this, considering, but I figured now is as good a time as any. I mean, who knows? She might have some irreparable brain damage. I was beyond pissed before I could call him out anymore. He said he had to skedaddle because he had some important business to attend to. He probably went off to commit more crimes. Dad had to discharge me from a hospital, and we headed home in a strange silence. The plan was for me to live with him until I recovered, and our childhood home was accommodating to my current state thanks to the wheelchair accessibility. Things between my dad and me were a bit awkward, and I didn't think to start telling him that Alex was lying in case he actually believed his bull. Like I said, 3 days had passed, and I was chilling with my dad when he finally decided to grace us with his presence. He strode in as if he owned the place, but the tables were about to turn. My dad, with a heavy heart and fire in his eyes, started between me and Dad. Well, look who's back. I hope you're ready to hand over what's rightfully mine. I glared at Alex. Rightfully yours. You pushed me off a cliff. Alex. He dismissed my words with a wave of his hand. When are you going to stop with the lies? Emily? Then it happened. I've heard enough. Dad said, his voice low and dangerous. You're not taking over, and you're not welcome here anymore. I love seeing Alex's jaw hit the floor when he realized his plans had blown up in his face. The consequences of his actions were finally catching up to him. Alex spluttered, Dad, are you serious? Dad's voice was unwavering. I am dead serious. You tried to kill your sister, Alex. Your actions are inexcusable, and I won't tolerate them. You need to leave now. Alex tried to salvage the situation. Typical, you never liked me. Dad's expression softened, but his resolve remained firm. You're my son. I've always loved you. But you forget Emily's my kid, and she deserves justice or what you did to her. Alex's voice rose in desperation. Justice? She fell. It was an accident. Dad's eyes narrowed. No, Alex, I believe Emily, and I think you should be in the slammer for what you did. Alex's face crumpled. Dad, you can't be serious. Dad's voice was cold. I've never been more serious. Get out, Alex. You're not welcome here. With that, Alex was left standing in the doorway. His huge expectations shattered. While Dad and I told him to leave before we called the cops. You can't do this to me. I won't let you. Dad's lips curled into a humorless smile. Bold of you to assume you had a choice. Now you're going to rot in jail. Everything you did was for nothing. Alex pleaded, but this isn't fair. Dad's voice was filled with disgust. You did this to yourself, Alex. Emily's building the case against you, and I'm disgusted by your actions. I'm just glad your mother isn't around to see how much of a failure you've become. Alex hurled an insult at me, but Dad cut him off. Alex, I hate to say it, but I never want to see you again, and I'm sure your sister feels the same way. Alex, finally realizing the gravity of the situation, begged, please, Dad, Emily, wait, I messed up, but I can change. Don't do this to me. Please, Dad's voice was final. It's too late for that. You made your bed, now lie in it. The days that followed were all over the place. After getting kicked out, Alex just vanished. And Dad and I were so angry and depressed from the whole thing. It was pretty shocking that my own brother would try to kill me, or at the very least I finally broke down in front of my dad. It was pretty rough for my dad to realize what his son was capable of. Word on the street was that Alex was thinking of skipping town. I got myself a lawyer and started the whole suing process. It was my way of making sure he faced the music for what he did. The road ahead is going to be tough, emotionally, physically, and legally. I want justice, and I'm not going to stop until I get it. So, Reddit, tell me honestly, did I handle this situation the right way? Was it wrong of me to go after him legally? Or should I have just tried to move on? I'm really struggling with whether or not I made the right choices, especially when it comes to involving the authorities and potentially ruining his life further. I know what he did was awful, but is revenge the answer? Your perspectives would really help me process all of this.